Hi, it's me, Rasheed Ogunlaru, coach, speaker, and author of Soul Trader, Putting the Heart Back into Your Business. And welcome to the July issue of Catch the Coach, your newsletter for inner fulfillment. And we've got a kind of chilled out, relaxed kind of vibe here this month because July is that time of the year where the holiday season begins, and people often begin to think about time to relax, to regroup, to recharge, to reconsider perhaps what's important to them in life and in career, and perhaps to reconnect with things that have been really important, spend time with loved ones, and perhaps to completely reconsider what one wants from life and one's career. So this isn't only just a time of fun and sunshine. It's actually a really, really important time. It's a time that's really important to be restorative. And to give you an opportunity to reflect, and just to simply be, and to appreciate the joy of life and the gift of life. And it's so easy throughout much of the rest of the year just to be rushing here and there, doing all sorts of things on our to-do list. And the danger is that life just becomes reduced to a to-do list. So my theme in this very special video newsletter is retreat, regroup, re-emerge. First of all, let's talk about this retreat. And it's quite funny because it comes hand in hand with my Soul Trader retreat I'm running, that some of you may well know. I'm running the Soul Trader retreat in Lisbon, Portugal from the 10th to the 16th of August. And what I want to do is give you a few tips that might well be useful for you, whether you're joining us on retreat or whether you're not. If you are keen for us to join on retreat, you'll see the links here in this newsletter, or if you click below this video, or if you go to soultraderretreats.com. But for me, first of all, this first theme in this newsletter, retreat, is really important because sometimes we do need to retreat. Sometimes we're stuck where we are. Sometimes we need to regroup. Sometimes we need to step back. It might be on a small level that you're struggling with a piece of work or with a project and you can't get further, or that there's an impasse with somebody you know. And then sometimes we do need to just step back rather than trying to continually plough ahead. But you might be at a point also where retreating becomes more significant for you, and you really do need to take time out. I know when I've coached a number of people at a point of real career change, and they're really completely reconsidering what is really important. So the retreat may involve reconsidering. It might well involve recharging because you're burned out, because you haven't taken a break, or even if you do take breaks, your head is so full of stuff that you really do need to retreat. So that's my first tip, to make sure that you do step back. And that retreat might be about sleep, time to chill, time to relax, time to just slow the tempo down. And I think retreating is also about that thing about really reconsidering, where am I in my life? What's really important to me in my life? What's really important to me in my career? Perhaps you're at this particular point. Give yourself that space that you need. I was just coaching somebody just yesterday and saw such a remarkable change, and then we were talking about three things that I think are very important: space, structure, and allowing space for serendipity. So space, structure, and serendipity. And she was discovering how important that space was, and that room, allowing that room for serendipity, because suddenly once she allowed space, all sorts of opportunities she could spot. But sometimes you need to retreat to see that. So I have a saying in one of my talks: if you were lost in the forest, one of the first things that you would do, you would be pause, and you would just you might even step back a bit to just find your bearings and to find where you're going. And that leads us beautifully onto the second thing: regroup. So what is it you're going to do when you are retreating? Well, you're going to be re-energizing, aren't you? So please, my tip is this month, next month, whatever you're doing, whether you're joining us on retreat, whether you're doing your own thing, please do take that time to re-energize, revitalize mind, body and spirit. And so this regrouping might be, first of all, an inner regrouping with yourself, what's really important to you, which we've touched on. Reconnecting perhaps to your passions and your purpose. And in that regrouping you might well be needing more support. So I can think of somebody I'm mentoring at the moment. They're at a complete point of change in direction. That regrouping is about having some reconnecting with contacts and connections that are going to help him moving forward. That regrouping for you might be a family regrouping, spending time with those loved ones or with friends, which in all the noise and the busyness of life sometimes may not happen. Certainly I'm going to be doing some of that. So it's that type of regrouping. I think that regrouping also may well just be kind of regrouping any thoughts of yours that are actually useful. You know, just really regrouping with, okay, here's what's there. It might be for you it might involve some sorting of things at home, you know, fine-tuning things. It might be the regrouping, might be about reconnecting with passions that you've always wanted to do. Somebody, a mentor, you know, this has always been a passion, they want time for that. For you, the regrouping might well just be about that, as I said before, that regrouping to yourself. And you might need to just spend a little bit of that time just kind of thinking, okay, well, what are the things? Okay, there's my passions here. It might well be for you that you might need to spend some time with old photographs, with various things that kind of connect you to you, that remind you of the journey that you've been on. That can be really, really restorative. Reconnecting to music that you loved, art that you love, films and so on that you enjoy, places that you really enjoy visiting. You know, that might well be about what that regrouping for you. Or it might well be about whole new experiences too. Or that regrouping might just be very much, again, just like the first bit of the retreating, it might well, that regroup might just be about just being still, being centered. It might be about the time in the garden. It might be about tidying things up and sorting things out, clearing things away, simplifying things. So what we've talked about so far is retreating, the importance of just stepping back so we don't get burned out, and so that we can relax and we can recharge. And now we've begun to talk about this thing about to regroup, to reconnect to myself, to reconnect to what's really important to me, to regroup with the groups that are really important, the things that really are important to me, or to allow the new things to really emerge. And that leads us beautifully onto our third thing, re-emerge. Now, re-emerge is going to require care, because you don't want to just rush back in the same way that you rushed in before. You're wanting to bring something of the stillness from the retreating and the re-energizing and that reconnecting to yourself through as you re-emerge. And you're wanting to re-emerge in the same path, or you're wanting to re-emerge in a different path. That is one of the things that's really going to be important for you to reconsider in that still time. So really be mindful about that re-emergence. What does that re-emergence mean? For one of the clients, I was a wonderful client of mine who I was coaching just yesterday. She's been having a time gently reconsidering various things. It's actually been going on for a period of time. And speaking to her yesterday, it was like she was reborn. She's saying, you know what, Rasheed, this time it's about the things that work for me in the business. She's got a successful business, but she works incredibly hard in that business. And now she's putting in, first of all, the time for her, the things that she wants to enjoy, some things in the business that's going to mean bringing in the team who can manage lots of things day to day, which is going to give her more time to work on the business, move it further forward, and also ensure that she has the life balance she needs and to actually be able to support those people to grow. It will be a win-win, but it's going to require that being centered and bringing something from having retreated and having regrouped forward. So I want you to be very mindful about how it is that you're going to re-emerge. And that re-emergence for you may not make itself clear until you've done the retreating, until you've done that regrouping. So again, if you're not quite sure how you re-emerge, that regrouping might well be about a period of time of connecting with those people who know where it is that they are, where they're going, and or just reconnecting with various things that inspire you that might well give you pointers to how it is that you can move ahead. And I think that this is going to be true for many of the people who are joining me, for example, in the Soul Trader Retreat. In terms of how is it that they're wanting to re-emerge. They may want to re-emerge completely different. Their career path, the nature of the business, who knows? Sometimes we don't know that until we've retreated. So, just to recap, we've talked about 3 things. To retreat, time out, sleep, rest, silence within. That might well mean taking a holiday from all of the social media or taking breaks from it. It can be still, it's a real quiet, it's an inner thing. Then the regrouping. It might be an inner regrouping again, it might be connecting to the things, the people, the places that we love and that inspire us, or re-energizing, or gathering a whole new team of people that can help us for this next stage. That then we're ready to come the new season ahead, which will arrive soon, that we're able to re-emerge. So that's it. I just want to thank you. I want to thank you for watching these newsletters, reading these newsletters. If you need more help and support on that journey, you'll find lots of stuff on my website, rosario.com. If you're on that journey of being your own boss, then there's lots of resources on soul-trader.biz. If you're interested in the Soul Trader Retreat, and hurry because we're going to soon close the retreat, and we've got a couple more spaces, then the retreat, you'll find details on just soultraderretreats.com. So soultraderretreats.com or soultraderevents.com, and you'll see a video, you'll see all the details, and if you haven't seen the videos already, do take a look at that. But basically, it's a week in Portugal by the sea. There'll be time by the sea, time by the forest, time for you to relax, recharge. There'll be mindfulness, there'll be yoga available, there will be meditation, and also important time that I'll be doing some self, business, career development to help you flourish personally, financially, emotionally, and in terms of well-being and life balance. There's a wonderful team who are joining me, and you'll see all the details of that on soultraderretreats.com, so there'll be an opportunity for all of that kind of development. Thank you so much for those of you who are already booked on and joining me, and thank you so much for my guests who are joining me. And I think I should leave it there for you. From me, Rasheed. Oh yeah, the last thing I was just saying there was, remember there's lots of tips and tools if you want resources. Also you'll find on my YouTube channel, there's a Soul Trader YouTube channel, and you'll find me on Facebook. There's a Facebook page for me, for Soul Trader. And again, there's a Twitter page for me and Soul Trader, and you'll find me on Instagram too. And I post lots of stuff just to help motivate and engage and inspire, and to support you on your life journey. So take good care, and all the best as you retreat, either with me or as you retreat in your own way to help you re-emerge. Take good care. Lots of love from me, Rasheed. Bye-bye.